Hi, I'm Tim Daniel with AVL North America. I'm the segment lead for ADAS in North America, and I'm sitting here today with Mike Jones from the Michigan Technical Resource Park, or MITRP for short. And Mike Jones is the owner and operator of this facility, and we'll talk a little bit about proving grounds and what their impact is on the auto industry today. I'm glad to have you here today.
Thanks. Thank you. Yeah. I'm excited to talk to you guys. So, I bought this place 12 years ago, and it's changed dramatically. It used to be a durability test track for running miles and building miles on new vehicles, OEM vehicles, and mainly heavy Class 8 trucks, Class 6 trucks. And it's now turned into really a focus on ADAS testing. And, we have all the OEMs here that you know about that's involved now in electric EV platforms and doing ADAS systems on vehicles as well. So it's been a trip here, and I tell you, we're busy. Even during the pandemic, we were able to stay totally busy here because of the willingness to basically pivot and allow it so that you could come here and test by yourself, and it just made it easy. And so our processes here don't have a lot of red tape. First thing, and the second point is that we have a lot of features here, a lot of different surfaces. We can utilize our 1.75 mile 4-lane oval track for high-speed testing, but then you can jump onto secondary roads and have 5 miles of roads around the property. Or if you just need a straightaway and maybe some drive-by noise testing, or if you need to do some brake testing, some of the brake requirement testing, we can do that here. We do have drivers as well, and on the driver's side of it, it's hard to employ drivers and keep drivers,
Especially in this business climate, right?
Exactly. So, we have a full-time HR manager just hiring and filling the positions to support all of our customers with their testing needs. It sits on 336 acres. It's in Ottawa Lake, Michigan. I literally can see Ohio from here, which is a quarter of a mile away. But we're out in the rural America here. It's very private. It's fenced in and secure. There's a sheriff on site. The township is on site, so you don't have ordinance problems. You have total privacy. And we have capacity on the track to do a lot of testing. We're open 24 hours a day, and we're staffed accordingly. So, and then, our customers, what we do is we bring them in and we basically let them lead to what their needs are, and then we jump in with the support. So anything from jumping in and working on the vehicles, or changing tires, or doing brake jobs, and or doing the test itself.
So you have full service proving ground.
Yep.
So how have you seen the needs or the influence of proving grounds in the mobility industry over the last 12 years? And where do you see it going?
Years ago, it was the way to validate a vehicle. And it's before you can simulate and do a lot of simulation. And then it went through a phase where the need for proving grounds kind of went down. But now, since the vehicle's being redeveloped into an electric platform, a skateboard chassis, now it's back to the proving grounds again, because there's just not a lot of relevant data there to grab to use as surrogate data and proving out the drive lines. So we're busy, and I think we're going to be busy for 10 or 15 years at this pace.
Yeah, not just electrification, ADAS. So as the new technologies are being brought to bear in mobility, that drives more need for proving grounds and doing real vehicle testing.
It does. You want to have a cross from your lab to your track and have that data tie out, and that's what we work hard at. We basically partner with our customers, and by doing that, provide a better result in the end.
So as you mentioned, those new technologies, the facilities change to meet those new technologies, charging stations, communications, and I know you have those on site as well.
We do. We can move data. A lot of big quantity of data can get moved fast in and out of the facility. You have to have high power to charge these vehicles with these fast chargers today, and we have that. We have our own substation right on the property directly from the utility company. So we can basically get through and get the testing done by the infrastructure that's already here.
Yeah, and I believe you have 5G on property as well.
We do. 5G, yeah, we do have 5G, and it's always going to be changing, and we'll change with it. But right now we're in great shape, and we're happy to have our customers that are here testing now, and they're happy. So.
Yeah, I know the statement is the only constant in life is change, and if you don't keep up with the change, you get left behind.
That's correct.
You have to bring those new technologies to bear in the facilities.
Absolutely. So yeah, we appreciate it, the growth that we've had, and it wouldn't have happened if we didn't do change, and we have change. So yes.
And you also have capability for testing fuel cell vehicles on facility as well, right?
We do. Yeah, we have right now actually on the test track as we speak. We have a Class 8 truck that's hydrogen powered, and we've got a lot of electric platforms, full electric platforms as well. A lot of unique customers that I've never heard of in the last ever, and in the last couple of years, they surface as integrators for electric drive lines into brand names that you recognize. Maybe it's a Freightliner or a PACCAR product or whatever, but we're also testing with those guys.
Yeah, and I think you're large enough to provide the services that are needed, but small enough to be nimble to adapt to these new customers that are very dynamic and flexible.
Yeah, I've got 2 levels of management, and I'm one of them, and below me is everybody else. So, and right now we're sitting with about 100 people to support our customers on site here, and we're keeping up. And I think that we're going to maintain the trajectory that we're on now.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
Very good.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you're very welcome. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, same.
Thanks for listening to Reimagine Mobility Podcast. If you like this episode, please subscribe and tell a friend.